We have this diagram for number 26. We're given the radian measure of this angle. And the circle we're shown, the x-coordinate of the terminal side is 0.47. We were asked to determine the y-coordinate of the terminal point. So we've kind of got to go through two different steps. First of all, we really kind of need to know what is this radius. We could assume it's a radius of 1, but we really can't because they don't tell us, and there's nothing that says that. So what we start off with is that we know the angle. So we know that the x-coordinate has to be equal to r cosine of theta. We know x is 0.47. We don't know for certain what r is, but we do know that theta is 5.2. So then that way we can find r. So r is going to be equal to, divide both sides by cosine of 5.2, right? So that's 0.47 divided by the cosine of 5.2. And I like to do these all at once so we get fewer, that rounding is less of an issue. Okay, so 0.47 divided by the cosine of 5.2. Now remember, it's going to tell us what the radius is. Now we might say, oh, that's close enough to 1, but it's not exactly 1. There's, and this will make a difference in it. So what we find out is that r is 1.003. That's 3 decimal places. I'm going to go 1, 2 more. I'm just going to, let's make it as good as we can without rounding. I could have rounded this to 7. So now to find the y-coordinate, what I need to do is I have to remember y is equal to r sine theta. So I know theta, and I know r now. 1.003166 times the sine of 5.2. That's what y is going to be. So we just enter that into our calculator. And since I've got it here, right, watch, if I just put multiply, it brings that answer down. So I don't, I get it as exact as possible. And then I just enter sine 5.2. Now, multiple choice test, you'd probably be close enough, but this is a good way to do it. Notice we are in the fourth quadrant, so it should be negative, and it is. So that's good. Our answer is going to be negative 0.88625. Two decimal places. Okay, so I guess if we're going to round, 0.89. So that would be the one. Follows all the rules. 2 decimal places. The key part is you don't want to round to 2 decimal places until the last one. If we didn't round it to 2 decimal places, let me just show you what we would have got. We would have got 1 times a sine of 5.2. Let's see. And so then we would have had 0.88, which might have been one of the answers, but rounding it, we're off a little bit, enough that it would give us an incorrect answer. Okay, so just make sure you round at the very end as we go through.